So it sounds like you enjoyed playing football and playing golf, maybe didn't realize how much you were enjoying it at the time, and then were so fixated on kind of achieving what's next that you weren't really enjoying being in the moment of doing what you were doing. And in retrospect, sort of wish that you could go back and put yourself back in that situation again because you didn't realize how good you had it at the time. Mm-hmm. And then you had a little bit of a void, or a big void, I suppose, after, which I think is what you were alluding to when you were talking about your story with your mom earlier.
Yeah.
She was essentially saying to you, I mean, maybe I got this wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong. It sounded like your mom knew that you'd have this void when you left.
Well, exactly. Yeah. And she nailed it. And it didn't really hit me until probably after the golf. Obviously, I didn't realize the void was so heavy until after my career in golf. So yeah, I obviously felt that I had a void there, and I was like, oh, well, let me now try golf. That's my next thing with sports, is having a golf career. But I still didn't realize that without sports, I feel like a loss of identity, and I feel like there's just a huge chunk of the pie that's missing. And I didn't realize the extent of that until probably after my golf career, when I started working just a 9-to-5 in Chicago. And I went from football to skiing to playing golf all the time, and just all this time outside and playing sports, to then just slamming myself into a 9-to-5. And that didn't last very long. That was maybe like 8 or 9 months.
Sounds depressing, to say the least.
Yeah, that's why we're in San Diego right now.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of people work 9-to-5s, and maybe people love what they do. But
for sure,
I know for me personally, I used to work a 9-to-5 in tech, and I wasn't passionate or feeling very fulfilled doing that. I don't really work a 9-to-5 anymore. I'm a personal trainer. I kind of set my own hours, and I'm also a mental performance coach. So kind of working on the entrepreneur side there. So I definitely empathize with you of kind of feeling like you're stuck in an office, working for the man, that whole rat race kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So that sounds like it was pretty difficult for you.
It was very difficult. It was exciting, and what I thought was my future forever. Just, okay, sports are behind me. Time to get serious, Yeah,
get like an adult job, quote
exactly,
unquote.
Yeah. Yeah, like would go to Nordstrom's rack and get all the outfits and, the sport coats. And then it was, exciting being downtown, close to my friends. There is a lot of great things that come of it. But from of what I'm used to and the environments that molded me, to then going into this opposite extreme of being around a bunch of buildings and concrete and hustle and bustle and staring at a screen a lot and, going on these coffee meetings. And it was cool for a second. And then I just felt this huge monkey on my back. And I was like, I have to get out of here.
What have I done?
What have I done? Yes. And so at this crazy time of quitting my job and figuring out that I actually at that point wanted to get into music, I met my now fiance in Chicago, and she happened to be moving to San Diego for school. And one thing led to another. COVID hit, and been in San Diego ever since. But this environment, I feel like, is much more nurturing to really who I am. This is such an outdoorsy town. I mean, there's everything to do under the sun and more, from like a sports and outdoor enthusiast point of view. So I feel like the world was just my oyster out here. And then again, one thing led to another, and became a golf coach, started picking up hours as a golf coach. And now I have a full-time golf coaching business. And so now I'm back. And through that whole kind of process of finding out that next step for me, I realized how big of a void there was inside of me, craving sports, craving competition. I'm grateful that I came to coach. I got to coaching, and I could kind of be on the other side of it now, and still obviously play pickup hockey and surf and work out and also feel that side of it too.